Scottish comic Jamie MacDonald joined host Steph McGovern, team captains Paul Merton and Ian Hislop on Friday's episode of Have I Got News for You. Liz Truss' resignation as Prime Minister was the hot topic of the week as the programme held its usual video and picture rounds where panellists had to describe what was happening or who was pictured on a screen. The segment caused a stir on social media, with BBC bosses being accused of making zero accommodations for the visually impaired guest. Jamie appeared to make light of the situation after the other guests were distracted by a noise which sounded like a bag of Maltesers being rustled. The stand-up comedian quipped to the audience, "Finally, an audio round." Steph, who is usually seen hosting Channel 4's Steph's Packed Lunch, also pointed out an issue with the picture round. She apologized to Jamie, which caused the audience and panellists to laugh. Prince Harry memoir torn apart by Steph McGovern. Viewers took to social media to hit out over the BBC, with Alistair Horn commenting, "Really shameful that at Have I Got News made zero effort to accommodate Jamie MacDonald's blindness on last week's programme." Caroline Houghton added, "I've been thinking about the poor treatment of Jamie MacDonald on #Higginfy. I know the show said he was on board with it, but it highlights, A, how ableism works and, B, that Jamie is a class act who handled it with charm and dignity." Sick, Derek Newton asked, at Have I Got News. Why didn't Jamie MacDonald have an earpiece to keep him advised of the visual questions? #Higginfy. Kyle Gord said, "Poor show on at Higginfy last night. Absolutely no allowances were made for Jamie MacDonald, every round required seeing what was on the screen. Did nobody on the production team even think how a blind person was going to feel included?" Sick. However, Jamie took to Twitter to express how much he enjoyed being on the panel show. He penned, "Last night was an amazing career highlight. I absolutely loved being on at Have I Got News. I really appreciate how concerned everyone has been on my behalf, but at no point did I feel excluded in any way." A statement issued by the BBC said whenever a guest is invited onto a show with access requirements, it makes sure they are fully briefed about what to expect beforehand. Steph McGovern reduced to tears by veteran story, update. Piers Morgan calls out Steph McGovern for gobbing off about ratings, latest Prince Harry memoir torn apart by Steph McGovern, insight, it added, "This was the case with Jamie MacDonald, he was fully briefed and consulted on all aspects of the show, including the visual rounds. He wanted to use the situation for humor and we simply respected his wishes." Express.co.uk has contacted the BBC for additional comment. Jamie was not the first blind panellist to appear on Have I Got News for You, as Chris McCausland has been featured on the show several times. Chris previously said fans get frustrated on his behalf about the visual jokes when he appears on the show during an interview on the BBC Access All podcast. However, he added, "That's what the show is, and I want to do that show." Chris made his Have I Got News for You debut in 2019 and said ahead of the episode, "I can't believe it, to be honest, my mind is blown." His opening show was hosted by the late Peaky Blinders actress Helen McCrory. Have I Got News for You airs Fridays from 9 p.m. on BBC One.